And this week I want to focus on the key components. What are the things that we can do onto lowering blood sugar? So we're going to go over some top ones. Some of them you're probably very aware of, and some of them you may not be aware of, but something I want you to understand, if you're focusing on trying to lower your sugars, these are some of the things you should be doing as often as possible. Number one, you want to focus on your nutrition. Now, we can go over in another video more specifics about your nutrition, but nutrition is the foundation. What you bring into your body is going to be how your body's going to respond, right? Would you throw diesel gas into a gas tank of a traditional gas functioning car? No. Why? Because diesel is a different type of form of fuel for that specific engine. If you throw that in there, it's going to mess up that engine. Well, your body's no different. You have to bring in the right types of foods and nutrition, and you want to make sure it's broad spectrum. Meaning you don't want to focus on one type of food every single day. Bring in different types. Like I always say, you want to try to eat different colors of food, like when you're eating your vegetables, or different types of proteins. Maybe one day you can do some grass-fed, grass-finished beef, or more organic type chicken, or fresh caught seafood and fish, never farm raised. Those are very harmful. Bring in some good fats, right? Making sure you're bringing the good types of oils into your body. Those ones are going to be specifically like avocado oils, walnut oils, even some things like olive oils are good as long as you're not cooking them in high heats. So making sure you're bringing in multiple types of foods. And if you don't know what kind of foods you should be eating, you need to make sure you start getting educated. Again, I'll be doing some videos on this as well. You can come back and watch some of my videos, or just making sure you're listening to some other nutritionists out there that are key components to helping you with your right types of foods for your diabetes. So nutrition is one. Obviously, that's a one that many of you probably are aware of, but what I wanted you to understand is really learn more about how you should be eating for your specific condition. The second one we can do is obviously weight loss, right? Now, this one can be controversial because what I'm referring to in weight loss is not trying to starve yourself, right? You don't want to do that. It's not good for your body, but getting your weight down to a good weight, whatever feels comfortable for you. So I don't like to use the BMI too much, which is that basal metabolic indicator. Well, that's not a good option in my opinion because it's utilized for some different things which we can go over later. I don't want to spend too much time on that. But essentially making sure you feel good. So if you're 6'2" and you feel good at 215 pounds, or maybe the BMI says you could be at like 190, that's not ideal for you. So making sure you're getting your weight into a good place, and don't force it, just allow your body to lose that weight naturally on its own by doing the techniques that need to be done. And this one right here, nutrition, helps with that weight loss. There's a lot of key components: when you should eat, how often you should eat, the types of macros, maybe the amount of food you're eating, the quality of the food. Those are all things that are going to take place and help you have good weight loss. The third one is obviously exercise. Now, this one's important because you have to make sure you're not overly exerting yourself. So if you're exercising and you're getting excessively sore afterwards, well, that's a problem. You're probably doing too much. You should need to back off. If you're new to exercise, you want to go slow. Maybe it's a 10 to 15 minute walk, maybe 2 to 3 times a week, and then increasing that to 20 minutes, 30 minutes, etc. Adding in heels, those sort of things. And then you can start bringing in maybe some exercise on a bicycle, doing some light body weight exercises. You can start with just doing some body weighted squats, just going up and down with squats. Or if you feel like your knees and hips can't handle that, then sit down on a chair, right? You don't use your arms, you're sitting onto a chair, then you come back up, or going up and down stairs. There's a lot of things you can do to get your body moving. You don't need to actually go to that intimidating gym and be around all those other people and you're looking at them like, I don't know what I'm doing here, and you feel uncomfortable. There's things you can do at your house. There's a lot of information out there. I don't need to be the one to go through all that detailed information, but you can start doing some proper exercising. These are the 3 most commonly things that you're being told on a regular basis to help lower sugars, and they oftentimes do a really good job, and they should be doing a good job because this is what our foundation should be. We should be identifying what we need to do for ourselves every day and be implementing this every single day. The fourth one that we can use are things like intermittent fasting, right? This is probably huge. So many people are talking about intermittent fasting and how valuable it is, and it has a lot of great benefits. I don't want to get into the science. If you know about intermittent fasting, you're watching some other videos, you probably know that information. But reason why intermittent fasting is so important is it because it really helps reestablish your healthy cells. cells and keeps them healthy and functional. Just eating so much food throughout the day and not giving them a rest is not good for your cells. So you want to make sure you have that intermittent fasting. What I have found for the best option for type 2 diabetes is somewhere around the 12 to 14 hour. That's what I've typically found. So what does that mean? That means if you eat dinner at say 7 p.m. at night, you should start eating the next day somewhere between 7 and 9 a.m. the next day. That's about 12 to 14 hours. Now, some people are educating 16, 18, 24. And again, some of those things can be beneficial, but I'm talking about on a daily basis. Every single day. So what you don't want to be doing is doing these long fasts all the time. That's not good for your body and actually can cause more harm. But if you're looking for a basic intermittent fasting schedule, then I would suggest take your dinner time or last time you had food for the night and then go out 12 to 14 hours, and that's when you should be eating next. That's the key component that'll help your more of a stabilization with your blood sugars. Another one we found is using supplements, right? There are specific supplements on the market that help to lower sugars. Things like berberine, things like chromium, etc. There's many other supplements out there as well that are going to help you keep your sugars more naturally in a good place. And they do a good job. And when you start implementing these things on a regular basis, they're going to start helping your sugars and help them keep into a more stabilized state of an environment to keep your body healthy. So these are all really great options that you can do on a daily basis to bring these in. Now, one thing I will say about the supplements is be careful that you're buying quality of supplements. I teach my patients that you want to buy at a local health food store. You do not want to buy at the chain stores like Walmart, CVS, Target, etc., because unfortunately they don't always sell the best quality. So even on Amazon, you have to be very careful to make sure you're buying a good manufacturer. What I typically suggest is go to your local health food store, like things like Whole Foods or Sprouts or Natural Foods, or if you have a co-op near you. They tend to bring in higher quality supplements. They usually vet the companies first, and you're going to be better off. Once you know what the company is, and it's a good quality company, then you can go on some of the larger places like Amazon, etc., and buy from them. But be careful, because a lot of times some of these people on Amazon are selling supplements with the label of that company, and the quality and type of the products are not always the best. So again, I traditionally recommend either buying from your healthcare practitioner who has the best quality supplements you can get, or your local Whole Foods type stores, natural food stores. So these are going to be great, but there's always going to be a but when you're watching my videos. Sorry guys. But the reality is, if we come over here, and these are good things, but if we really look at this situation, is this going to fix your diabetes? No, this is not going to fix your diabetes. Remember, this video today is on helping you lower your sugars. And why is it not going to fix your diabetes? Because your diabetes is not due to high sugar. The high sugar is a symptom of your diabetes. So if your focus is to just lower your sugars, these are great options. There's probably others we can talk about as well, but these are key foundational, easy things you can do on your own. But if your goal is to find the cause and reverse and basically go back to becoming a non-diabetic, this will not fix it. And if you're looking to become a non-diabetic, make sure you look out for upcoming videos where I'll talk more in detail of the specifics that you need to do to truly reverse your diabetes and to become a non-diabetic, which is definitely possible. We see this happening all the time in our practice. We have an 85 to 95% reversal rate, which means our patients become non-diabetic, they get off medications, and they get back to living the life they want to, and with their families as well. All right, you guys, that's all I have for you for today. Hopefully this information was helpful for you. Make sure you comment below if you want to have more information on this as well, and be on the lookout for my next video next week. Take care.